Hi, this is OneFootIn, Tim, and I'm going to be going over my 2014 Appalachian Trail backpacking list, and probably just what I'm going to do is unload my backpack and explain the items to you as I take them out and why I chose them. As I stand here before you right now, I'm 25.5 pounds, and I've still got to add some electronics and my water, but I have 5 days of food in there. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable the way things are. So I got a couple of things here on the table though that I want to talk about first. One is, this is a heavy duty garbage bag, or 30 gallon I think they are, 3-ply. I'm going to actually put my backpack in this at night and just eliminate odors again, protect it from rain if I'm leaving it outside my tent. And I'll be taking that with me. I also have a few 1 gallon and 2.5 gallon Ziploc bags. Once again, the idea is to disguise odors, keep things dry, and compartmentalize items. Big word for me. It's a major trip, and I don't know how many of you guys are planning on doing anything with the information you pick up along the trip, but I'm hoping to meet you guys. I have short-term memory, so I've got this little digital pocket recorder that I may use. Might be awkward talking into it or not, I don't know, but I want a record of the trip so I can possibly write or have some intelligent level of sharing the information when I get back. One of the other things I have is a solar charger. This will charge the phone, my iPhone, probably 3 times. And you know, I've got a couple of cameras that I'm bringing, and my iPad, I think. I'm not sure if I take that iPad or not. I've got a little mini tripod. Again, people have told me to leave it home, but you know, for 2 ounces, I'm taking it with me because I plan on doing, you know, a lot of pictures and whatever. And this here is also, I picked these up on StubHub. I want to say they're about $6 a piece, but what they are is they are you'll get 1 charge for your camera out of this or your iPhone, and they're just a battery storage unit. And I got 3 of these that I'm going to be bringing along with me. I just don't want to be short information, or it's such a long and arduous task that we're going to be doing. I just want to make sure I have a record. When we get to the hostels or the hotel or wherever there's a power source, I realize everybody's going to be running to the power source. So what I've got is this little single connection to the power source, but 4 USB ports. And I want to say it was $6 or something on eBay. It came from China and got here pretty quick. If you're planning on leaving the 1st of March, if you ordered it today, you might get it. But would show up maybe about 6. It took me about 6 weeks, I think, to get it. But for $6, free shipping was well worth it. I do have a monoscope. Again, it was $6 from China. It's a Bosch and Long. Again, we're just going to see so much. I want to be building. I may send this home. I don't know. We'll see. I'm saying Bosch and Long. It's Bushnell. For right now, I'm taking it. It may be in my things to go home. Maybe 3-4 ounces. Right. Well, I can't tell you how many comments and feedback I've gotten with bears, bear spray, bear bells, and bear protection, period. You've got to hike your own hike. If you don't carry any kind of bear protection, I'm not going to think any less of you. To me, it's bears have attacked on the Appalachian Trail. You can't say, it's not a statement, you can't say they have not attacked. They have. They pulled people out of their tents. They pulled a little boy out of his tent into the river. They've killed on the Appalachian Trail. I'm not trying to scare you, but that's my answer to why I'm bringing this stuff. There's a history of bear attacks on the Appalachian Trail. Not a lot over the past couple of years, a couple here and there, but I don't plan on being one of them. I'm a 250-pound fat man, and the sign I read said, bears love humans, it tastes like chicken. So I'm planning on being bear prepared. I got a bear bell on here. I've got my bear knife, and it also works for two-legged, how do you guys say, creepers, I think. They're on the Appalachian Trail. So my protection. Bear spray. Enough about that. I learned a lot of things particularly from Sir Pax-a-Lot. I've been backpacking for 15 to 20 years. And, you know, they've all been 3-4-day trips, 4 or 5-day trips, which, if you had 45 pounds on your back, no big thing. But it's not the Appalachian Trail, not 2,200 pounds. Or 2,200 miles. So I paid a lot of attention to people's journals who have gone before. I made a lot of changes to my backpacking equipment, even since I first posted my backpacking equipment months ago. And but this is going to be the final list. This is what I'm going with. And Sir Pax-a-Lot, thank you. You've been a real help to me. One of the suggestions he made, I have leaky poles. These are old. They've had 15, 20 years. They're pretty well worn. And that's what I'm using for my hiking poles. But one of Sir Pax-a-Lot's suggestions was to use orange duct tape. So I've got 15 feet of orange duct tape on each of these poles, and that might be an overkill, but I have to tape up shoes or something else, or help somebody else out on the trail. I've got it with me, very identifiable. I've got a couple of pieces, I don't know if you can see them, but I've got a couple of pieces taped to my backpack just to make it identifiable. And for protection, hunters or whatever. And that's it with the poles. I think what I'm going to do now is I'll just unload my backpack, and we'll talk about the things as I unload them. Well, I got this backpack, by the way, is a Deuter 65 plus 10. The 10 inches is a little collar on the top that gives you an extra 10 cubic inches of space. I thought that was an ideal thing, but I really don't need it. I mean, I'm pretty well packed down. I've got, the only flaw in this is these pockets here are on the sides, or there's one pocket on the side. It's not big enough. I don't think you can stick your camera in it. But, so anyhow, what I've got in it is, I'm almost, I use bifocals. I don't wear glasses, but hard reading maps. So I've got a little magnifying glass. Can be used for a fire starter as well. And I've got this little mini Leatherman with scissors and a couple of other items in there that I want to keep in there. I'll talk about my clothing. My clothing is I'm just taking with me. I have a down, one of those puppy down jackets with a liner for a heavy winter coat, and it's about 4 ounces. I'm going to take that with me. I've got Patagonia long johns, lightweight. I really don't get cold, and I think they'll be well enough. 3 pairs of darn tough socks. I've got 1 extra pair of smart wool underwear, smart wool long sleeve and short sleeve t-shirts. And I may bring a windbreaker like this here, or something like that, like light shirt. And for my clothing, that's going to be it. Kept it pretty light. You're not going to want to be around me in town. Alright, so my pack, as I'm starting to take it apart here, I've got a pair of Crocs. I've got 4 or 5 carabiners. Got 2 of these shock cords or bungee cords. I'm using a Ridge Rest Thermarest mattress or air pad. Again, if you read my journals at all, this is repetitive, but I have had no success at all with their mattresses. They leak. I went out and I've had the best. I went out and bought, just recently, I bought the Thermarest at, the Thermarest, yeah, X-Lite. air mattress, the big yellow one, and I went out to the desert. It wasn't punctured at all, but it was a very cold night, and 4 hours into the night, it was flat on the ground. Every time I've ever had an air mattress, they've leaked. I don't want to be into the trip a month, 2 months, and have a pad that I can't use, and I'll be sleeping on hard ground. I'm 67 years old. It's hard enough at night to sleep now. So anyhow, I'm going to be using the Thermarest. It's never failed me in 15 years. Again, I'm a 250-pound fat man, so you know, that might be the reason for the air leaks. I don't know, but I trust this Thermarest. Also, 67 years old. I've got a big the Big Agnes Scout 2 tent, which uses your trekking poles to set it up. So there's a time on your knees setting it up. I've got bad knees, so anyhow, I bought this little thing for $1, a couple ounces, and I'm going to be taking that with me, and I'll be using that to kneel as I come in and out of that tent. You can see pictures of most of my equipment up on the trailjournals.com OneFootIn website. And there's pictures there. I've got my poop scoop. Nothing else in there. On this side here, I've got my barbell. I've got a pee bottle. 67 years old. I want to be crawling in and out of that tent all night, so that's what I'm going to use inside the tent. I've got groundhog steaks, MSR groundhog steaks. I just like them. They're pretty tough. Go against anything. I've got just the amount of meat, which I think is 10 to set up that Scout 2 tent, which again is 1.5 pounds, a lot of room. I want to say it's 34 square feet, 43 inches tall, so it's got lots of room. Just got to watch it don't kick over the trekking poles. And I also own a copper spur 2 tent, Big Agnes, which is similar, in size, but it's it's got the pole set up, so it's a little more weight. It's about 3.5 pounds. But yesterday on the Appalachian Trail Facebook, 2014, somebody had told me that they used the Scout 2 and had no issues, so I'm going to go with that tent. I've got a couple of these half-liter platypus jugs that I'm taking with me for my water. More bear spray. I might get this one home. I'm only going to bring one bear spray. Alright, one of the other reasons I like the jumping back and forth here, that I like this backpack. And back here it's got a number of adjustments for the length of your spine, so or your torso. So it's comfortable, good padding. I just don't even feel the bag on me when I'm hiking. It's good. So I guess I'll maybe feel it after 2,200 miles, but for right now, it's what I'm going with. It's got the little top on here, removable top, but I doubt if I'll be taking it off. Told you I have bad knees, so I've got some knee braces. I've got a mosquito head net for whenever they start to come out. Got a Sea to Summit towel. Somebody's told me to go ahead and leave this behind, but I'm going to bring it. My weight is not that. Again, I'm 25 pounds. I feel comfortable. I'm going to carry that. Also, I've got this this buff, and I've used it. In the desert, it was cold. It was down almost at 20 degrees, and I put this on, kept me warm. Used it as a hat and over my neck area, and I liked it a lot. Powered by PolarTech. This one. A smart wool cap. A knit hat. Smart wool glove liners. This is a gift to me from a friend that we hiked the Tetons with. This is going to be my hat. This is a different one that I shared in the first video. But again, we're talking about weight, so I decided to cut weight, and this is what I'm going with. I've got some very thin, strong cord, 50-foot, for tying up the bear bag. By the way, I bought a bear canister earlier. It was, I want to say it was 2 pounds without nothing in it, and bulky. Tough to get it out of the bag, and I decided not to go do it, and I went and purchased a UL, whatever that is, bear sack, the big white one, and it has a big plastic liner. And you know, when you're looking at shaving ounces, that's out the window too. So I'm leaving that behind. And I'm just going to use my Cedar Summit bags for my food storage. Plus I'm going to have it in these Ziploc bags. My pencil headlamp. I got a little somewhere where we got a red lamp, I think. It does have a red light on it, so I don't have to wake people up when I go into the shelters. If I stay at a shelter, my plan is a tenant all the way. I did bring this is the hose for my bladder, and I'm not sure if I'll need that bladder or not. You guys will have to tell me, but for a couple ounces I'm bringing it. So I've got those, what I'm thinking is when we get up into the main area or wherever that was, I think I saw a couple spots where there are long stretches without water, and so I may have to use that at that time. If you read my trail journals, you'll know that I've got stuck without water in the past, and it's not a good sign. People die, dehydration and exhaustion. But on the trail in the Grand Canyon, but one of those days that we hiked, 2 people died on the trail, not in my group, but 2 people died from dehydration and exhaustion. Not planning on being that person. Got my water filter bag here. What I'm going to be using here, I'm going to got the Steri pen, it's kind of light. Got everything all over the floor. Steri pen, I like it. Good use. And got a couple of tubes of these tablets for, what are these for? The electrolytes, I'm sorry. I'm going to retrieve the 2 items I dropped. Alright, I'm going to take this is for the filter when it gets thick, filter out my water and bring it in. I got some chapstick. Alright, my backpack is lined with plastic. This is a heavy duty plastic for car seat bags the airlines use. And I keep everything dry as much as I can. I understand this bag particularly leaks easy, so in this bag here, this is a bunch of just odd stuff. Got a little hotel soap in there. I've got a snake bite kit. I know that I put this on Facebook on the class of 2014, Preparation H. But seriously, I listened to a podcast and from a runner, and there's a miracle drug for feet that are cracked and blisters, and help them heal a lot quicker. So I'm taking a tube of Preparation H for cuts and stuff on your feet. I don't know what I'm going to need. I feel pretty comfortable with my boots. I have Keen boots that I'm wearing. I love them. This here's a dollar item from the dollar store. Pop out brush, mirror. I am not going to be one of those, not planning on it, put it that way right now, long-haired, bearded hikers. I'll probably look like a weekend hiker when you pass me by. I don't want tips, and I know a lot of people, not just a couple, but a lot of people came down with, I got bit by ticks last year, so I'm going to do whatever I can. I'll probably shave my hair off and keep my face clean anyhow. In here I've got just some personal items. I've got Advil, some moleskin. I've got one of those hotel sewing kits they give you in the room. Some band-aids, and that's it. I carry a couple clothespins with me for hanging clothes to dry, and some moist towels. I've got this here is a 10-liter Cedar Summit bucket for carrying water. Again, I don't know if I'll be using this or not. We'll see. I might be sending this home, but it's 2 ounces. I realize ounces add up, but this is a Cedar Summit kitchen sink. I told you I'm going to be shaving every day, be clean cut, and 5 liters. I realize some people have told me they use their Ziploc bags for water and work out of that. It's a good idea. I just could afford this and I like it, and for the weight, a couple ounces, I don't have an issue with it. Got some Repel, but I'm guessing there's some other things that are going to be better for the bugs when they come. I got a razor. There was a clothespin to drop there. Some extra spare batteries and the skin cards for the cameras. And I've got a little packet of matches in case my igniter doesn't work on my jet boil. Yeah, next thing up is a food bag. That's it here. That's 5 days of food, freeze dried. Some, the energy bars that you get, sports bars, and it's about 4 pounds. But that's what I'm gonna be my bear bag. I'll be using Ziploc bags inside of that for some of the food. That's some Smart Feet. It's my clothes bag and my pillow. I've explained to you already what's in there. That's a couple items. And this is my Scout True tent. Again, it's huge in size, only 1.5 pounds though in weight. And thanks for the recommendation yesterday from, I can't remember, I'm sorry, I'm short on names, but that's why I'm bringing it. That's inside this bag. In the lower compartment, there's another reason I like this bag, and keep things separately. I've got my couple of canisters, spare canisters of fuel. Got my jet foil stove. Now, I also have one of those MSR pocket rockets, which is a great stove. But I noticed when I was, this last trip I took out to the West Coast, it took a long time to heat coffee because of the wind, all right? And I do know that jet foil is really fast. So I think I'll be buying less fuel with the jet foil. It's definitely heavier, probably 8 ounces heavier, 8 to 10 ounces heavier than that MSR pocket rocket. But I think there's going to be a benefit in saving fuel. My sport. And here, I got rid of my, I got a Go Light Z20 sleeping bag, and I've got a Cedar Summit silk liner. The silk liner has 10 degrees of heat, and I'm at probably 1.5 pounds with both in here. I got rid of the stuff sacks that came with them, and I put them in this Cedar Summit dry sack. That's it for that portion. Now on the outside pocket here, I've got my maps, books, paper. I tore it in half. I'm going to start again. I'm starting at Harpers Ferry, heading down to Springer, and so I tore half the book out and leave that here.